Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. I think Wilson Combat was feeling sorry for me. I think they were feeling sorry that I had to use my Remington 700 bolt gun in designated marksman matches, and it only has an internal magazine. So after 5 rounds, I had to load 1 at a time. And so that was really slowing me down, even though my 700 is really a great rifle, a great tack driver. Now, I have some different chassis coming for it that you're gonna see on this channel in testing. But Wilson Combat wanted me to try out their new 308 Super Sniper. It's the precision version of their 308 Project Large Frame AR. And when I match it with this Vortex Viper PST that I got from Optics Planet and this ADM Recon 20 MOA mount, I truly have found my next competition rifle. And that's why it's coming up next on Twang and Bang. The 308 Super Sniper is the precision shooting version of Wilson Combat's new 308 Project Large Frame Rifle. The receivers are SR25 pattern billet 70-75 T6 aluminum, designed and engineered for precision applications from the start. They allow Wilson Combat to build some of the lightest large frame ARs on the market. In fact, this rifle comes in at a total weight of only 9 pounds 3 ounces without optic or bipod, which is as light as my precision bolt gun. The 20-inch match-grade bull barrel is precision button-rifled 416R stainless steel with a 1 and 10-inch twist. Wilson Combat's gunsmiths hand-lapped the chamber and bore and finished the muzzle with a reverse crown. Barrels are available threaded or non-threaded, with non-threaded barrels also available in a fluted version. Wilson Combat included their muzzle brake, designed to mate with their whisper suppressors. However, its 2-baffle design is quite effective even if you have no plans to suppress your rifle. The free-floated handguard is Wilson Combat's proprietary trim rail, which stands for Tactical Rail Interface Modular. Threaded holes on the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock allow the precise and secure mounting of Picatinny rail sections just where you want them. QD cups are set on both the right and left-hand sides near the receiver. The rail has a roomy 1.47-inch diameter, making it extremely stiff, and it comes in your choice of 12-inch or 14-inch lengths. Wilson Combat offers many different length Picatinny sections, including 2 specifically made to match popular bipod mounts. I spec my rifle with Wilson Combat's melanite-treated adjustable gas block. It uses a set screw to provide infinite settings so you can properly tune your rifle to match a given load. This type of adjustment can improve the reliability and smoothness of a rifle over that in a set multi-position gas block. And since this is going to be a competition rifle for me, I'd rather have the precision adjustment than quicker but rougher settings. Wilson Combat conveniently includes an extra long Allen key so you can adjust the gas block underneath the handguard while also keeping your knuckles away from a hot barrel. Like most other precision large frame ARs, the Super Sniper forgoes a forward assist. However, the bolt carrier does have a thumb cutout for manual forward assist if necessary. The carbine length receiver extension hosts a Rogers Super Stock. Adjustable with a quick release lever, the Super Stock has a cam lock lever reversible for right or left hand operation. Several different built-in sling attachments are positioned near the butt pad, including QD cups near the stock's toe. The grip is a Wilson Combat exclusive Bravo Company Gunfighter Mod 3. The unique starburst pattern gives the grip a more aggressive texture than the standard Mod 3 without being abrasive. The mag well is fully machined instead of broached to reduce metal stress. It is not only extremely gorgeous, but it has generous bevels that swallow mags even when changing mags while prone. The large and beautifully machined trigger guard protects your choice of TTU trigger. This rifle has Wilson Combat's 4-pound single-stage trigger that breaks like a trigger on a bolt gun. 2-stage triggers are also available for those with that preference. The entire bolt carrier group is NP3 treated, which is an electroless nickel finish that includes submicron particles of Teflon. This makes the BCG as slick and easy to clean as a non-stick pan, which will come in handy when I'm shooting suppressed. However, the nickel portion of the treatment further increases wear resistance similar to chrome. Shooting groups show this barrel likes 175 grain better than 168 grain loads, consistently getting just over half MOA for 5 shots of factory ammo. I've shot plenty of sub-half MOA groups with 175 grain factory loads, and my worst have never gone above about 3/4 MOA. I'm very pleased with those groups, and I'd expect them to be even smaller in the hands of a better shooter. This barrel isn't a miracle worker though, and cheap 150 grain ammo still pattern consistently past 3 MOA. This rifle wasn't built for punching holes in paper at 100 yards though. Gongs and E-types at extended ranges are what I'll be using this for. I start by confirming my hold on an 8-inch popper at 300 yards, which is a relative chip shot for any decent 308. Once I made my ballistics correction, it was an easy matter to flip that popper over and over again. .550 yards is half a kilometer, which is just the start of what this Super Sniper can do, but it's the current limit of this range. That said, the wind at the target was a bit gusty, so this was still good practice for making a windage call and timing my shots according to the motion in the Mirage. Even though I'm still hitting a bit to the right, my first 2 shots hit the same spot. Shots 3 and 4 made a 3.5-inch group, so I thought I'd try some headshots. I mistimed my first shot, and the sudden drop in wind meant I missed to the left edge. The second shot was rushed and I hit low. Knowing that this is a shot that the rifle has already shown it should be able to make, I slowed way down, got my hold, and waited until the wind was steady from left to right. Headshot. This proves to me that as long as I do my part, the rifle will definitely do the rest. This angle gives a good impression of how well Wilson's muzzle brake tames recoil. I'm barely loading the bipod for these shots, yet the rifle moves much less than my heavier bolt gun with the suppressor attached. I have no problems calling my own shots beyond about 200 yards. Closer than that, and a slight muzzle rise still is enough to keep me off target when the bullet hits, but I think I could probably fix that by shooting off a front bag instead of the Atlas bipod. The front of the magwell is intentionally shorter than some other AR pattern 308s to make loading easier when prone, and I wanted to see how that affected shooting off a barricade. I try to put a bag between my rifle and hard objects when I can, but with a full floated handguard, it's no problem just strapping a beanbag right in place. Wow. That is so much fun. I can really jam this in there. I love this. And it's just slapping a rear bag, strapping it right over the handguard. I can shove. It's actually shoving the magwell into the back of the bag. And once I started doing that, I just kept hitting that flipper over and over and over again. Learn something new every time I come out and try this stuff out. Good boy. When I first got this rifle, I looked at the stock like a lot of people look at these really basic AR-15 stocks that are being supplied on very expensive precision large frame AR pattern rifles. And I was thinking, how do these go together? Why is this even happening? Because it's not just Wilson Combat. It's most of the companies that are out there making rifles like this. But they don't offer, other companies will offer an option like to upgrade to a Magpul PRS with a rifle length, receiver extension, that kind of thing. And I talked to Wilson Combat about it before shooting the rifle. And they said that they realize that there are going to be people that are going to want something different, but they can't guess what stocks people are going to want because there are a lot of different solutions. You know, when I go to competitions, I was just at a PRS match last week. And the different stocks that were on the back of ARs, it was as varied as the people, even on the same manufacturer of rifle, because there are only a handful of rifles that you tend to see at those. And so their position was, we're not going to try to stock a whole bunch of different upgrade options. We're just going to let customers decide whether they like the stock, and if they don't, it's not adding a whole lot to the price. They can upgrade to whatever they want. By sourcing the stock themselves. But after shooting it, I didn't find myself handicapped from it much at all. Certainly not in the balance aspect of it. It was no problem. I didn't feel like I needed more weight back here at all. I think I probably could use a little bit more height to the cheek riser, and I might just get one of those Sorbothane stick-on pads. I've got about a 1/4 inch height between the top of the stock and the bottom of the charging handle that I could get away with that. But you might see me using this with a different aftermarket stock. I haven't decided yet, but that's Wilson Combat's position on it, and the Roger stock is a great stock to get started, and a lot of people might find that that's all they need, but it's not adding a lot to the price if you decide you're just going to put this on the shelf somewhere and put something else on it. I love the Armor Tough finish that Wilson Combat does. They are very, very careful in applying it, just the same as they're careful in machining the metal itself. They're very careful in how they finish it. And what's really cool is baked into the price, even the base price of the rifle, is your choice of Armor Tough finishes. And it's not just like, do you want gray or black? It's what color do you want the upper receiver? What color do you want the lower receiver? What color do you want the handguard? What color do you want the barrel? That's pretty cool that you can customize it like that and get your own look. And that's built into the base price. The Armor Tough is like Cerakote with a little bit more lubrication properties to it. But it's extremely tough, and it's the kind of finish like others that will just wear metal off of other things. It's a really great finish. My favorite part of this design of shooting this rifle is the magwell. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful to look at, but it's also extremely practical. There are a lot of SR25 pattern rifles that have a similar aggressive slant to the magwell, and I'm glad Wilson Combat decided to do that as well, because there are others that it's very, very flat. But when you're shooting prone, when you're shooting off of some barricades where your magwell is very close to something, whether it's the ground or whatever, this makes it easier to reload. Because first of all, the mags drop free. They jettison out of here. But you can just slide the mag in from in the front, and the bevels take over, and it sucks the mag right in. I don't even have to look. And it's actually, I think, going to be a competitive advantage for me, because this is going to be my competition rifle. It's also going to be a rifle that I'm going to be using as a test bed for silencer reviews, and you're going to see that coming up very soon as I review the Rugged Surge 7.62 and the Dead Air Sandman L in the next couple of weeks. I still love my bolt gun. It's not going anywhere. You're going to still see this on the channel. But there's no question, the Super Sniper is my new go-to gun, not just for competition. It's my favorite rifle to shoot right now. And I'm really amazed at how tight the groups are, especially since this rifle, this shoots 168 grain very consistently, half MOA or tighter, 5 shots. I got lots of video me doing that, and I got lots of pictures on Facebook of me shooting half MOA or better with this, with 168 grain gold medal match. This definitely likes 175 grain better, and I'm within 0.1 MOA of the groups that I'm getting with the bolt gun, and I think that's me. I think that's me learning how I need to be behind a gas gun, because there's so much more going on when I pull that trigger, and I think, at least initially, I was trying to compensate for it too much, and I'm learning that balance between being loose behind it so that I'm not influencing the gun, but not so loose that I get a double, which is basically a bump fire, because I got a few of those the first couple times I shot this, just because I was way too relaxed behind it. That's the way I tend to shoot my bolt gun. This rifle starts at just over $3,000, and when you compare apples to apples, that price actually is at the bottom of that top tier of precision large frame ARs, which, you know, I think that's a surprise for a lot of people who are familiar with Wilson Combat. So I think that they're coming in very aggressively priced for what they offer. If you want to learn more about the 308 Super Sniper, be sure to click the link in the video description below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/twangnbang.net, spelled out D-O-T-N-E-T, to see what I'm doing in between these videos here on Full 30 and YouTube. And be sure to click right here to subscribe so you can catch my next videos on bows, guns, and other cool stuff. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and I hope to see you next time.